Good morning, students. Till now, we have studied the structure of stamen, microsporangium, and now we are learning about microsporogenesis, that is, development of pollen grains. So, till now, we have studied that mature anther had four layers. Outermost was epidermis, endothecium, middle layers, and tapetum. And function of tapetum we have learned in the previous slide. Now, inside this tapetum, there is sporogenous tissue. It fills the whole interior of the microsporangium. The cells divide with the growth of anther and increase their number. Ultimately, they are transferred into microspore or pollen mother cells. The pollen mother cells are always diploid, and that is, they possess two genomes or sets of chromosomes. So the microspore mother cells develop an internal layer of callose, which which breaks the plasmodesmatal connections among them. So when this connection, the separated mother cells round off and undergo meiosis to produce tetrads of haploid microspore mother cells. In this slide, you are watching the microspore mother cells, which is divided into four. Tetrad means, and it is connected by a callose connective tissue. And the phenomenon is called microsporogenesis. In one more slide, your types of microspore tetrads you are watching. In this, the microspore tetrad may be tetrahedral, it may be isobilateral, and it may be decusated and linear and T-shaped. In different species of plants, flowering plants, different type of tetrads may be found. As we are watching in the slide, they may be tetrahedral, isobilateral, decusated, linear, or T-shaped. Structure of pollen grain. Pollen grain is the diameter is 25 to 50 micrometer. They're highly resistant wall on the outside and cellular contents inside. The wall of the pollen grain is called sporoderm. Outermost wall is called exine and inner wall is called intine. The exine layer is made up of sporopollenin, which is highly resistant to enzymes, not degraded by enzymes. It's not affected by high temperatures, strong acid, strong alkali. Because of sporopollenin, pollen grains are well preserved as microfossils. So at some place of the wall of exine, there is a pore-like pore present, which is called germ pore, from where pollen tube is formed. This pollen tube you very well know when you studied the double fertilization in flowers in the 10th standard. So from where pollen tube arises, that place is called germ pore. And inside to the exine, there is a wall that is called intine. Now in this slide, you're watching the enlarged view of pollen grain tetrad. Now pollen grain tetrad, it is the cytoplasm of pollen grain is surrounded by plasma membrane. When pollen grain is mature, it contains two cells, the vegetative cell and the generative cell. Vegetative cell is bigger, has abundant food reserve and large irregularly shaped nucleus. The generative cell is small and floats in the cytoplasm of the vegetative cell. It is spindle-shaped with dense cytoplasm and a nucleus. In over 60% of angiosperms, pollen grain are shed at two-cell stage, and in remaining species, pollen grains are generated at three-cell stage. Means one vegetative cell and two generative cell gives rise to two male gametes. Now we'll learn about pollen viability. What do you mean by pollen viability? It is the period for which pollen grains retain the ability to germinate. In some flowers, it's only 30 minutes, and in rice, just like in rice and wheat, but in some other flowers, it may be a few months or some years also. Pollen grains can be preserved in liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen means minus 196 degrees Celsius. It's also called cryopreservation, or in pollen banks for later use in plant breeding programs. So next we'll study about pollen allergy. Pollen grains are produced in large number, especially in anemophilous species. Anemophilous means wind-pollinated flowers. They float in air and enter respiratory tracts. Some individuals develop allergy to them, producing respiratory disorders like asthma, bronchitis, bronchial allergy. It's also called hay fever, Hay, hay fever. The major contributor to pollen allergy is carrot grass. Carrot grass is also called Parthenium, and it entered India as contaminated with imported wheat, but has spread in all parts of the country. Chenopodium amaranthus are some examples. When pollen grains are present in abundance quantity in the air, they can cause asthma, bronchial allergy, and hay fever, all these things. Now I'll study what pollen products. Pollen products are the pollen grains, especially the ones collected by bees, are being used as variety of purpose like nature cure, cosmetics, and as food supplements. Pollen grains are believed to be rich in nutrients. It's a protein, it may be having 7 to 26%. Carbohydrates 24 to 48%, and fats are 0.9 to 14%. They are taken as tablets or syrups to improve health, enhance performance of athletes, and race horses. And most importantly, they are used in the cosmetics, etc.